Hello and welcome to World of Warships with Montrala. Today's video is a follow-up to my Odin video when I had a 6 kills and very nice push on the Brawl, and when I decided to hop up into my Massachusetts, the Massachusetts decided to say let's hold my beer and let's see if we can do any better than Odin did. So this is the follow-up video, and you should see the link to Odin video somewhere on the screen around now or a bit earlier. So this is a tier 9 match. I'm tier 8, so I'm middle tier, and I spawned in the center, but when I saw that all ships that are spawned in the center, so both the Siegfried and Vauclain, decided to go to the western flank, I said, so okay, I will then move to support the eastern flank, because it's if it collapses, basically we lose the game. I observe that most of the time the side that wins the eastern flank on this map, the team that usually wins the battle. So I decided to go there, especially as I see that both Gneisenau and Caracciolo are going away. You can see some nice chatting in the chat, and our Shores is betting that in 9 minutes at least one team will be less, 7 ships. And no, my comment is do not do, or do not, there is no try. So the all Yoda favorite, and this is actually what I'm going to do in this match, is to do or do not, but there is no try. So as I see that Kitakaze is a bit shy about going toward this capture point, I'm writing in the chat that I'm going there, so that the Kitakaze knows that she's not left alone there, despite Gneisenau sailing away. And actually Caracciolo decided that we'll turn back and support. So on this flank we have a Kitakaze, Caracciolo, Buffalo, Shores, and me in Massachusetts. Meanwhile, we see on the other flank there are already ships are engaged, and here I have this Seattle spotted, and I'm waiting for the opportunity to make a shot at her. Unfortunately, she went behind the island. A word about my build. The build on my Massachusetts is the secondary build, but without the manual secondary skills, but I do have a Deadeye skill selected. And here is Seattle, so I've sent some shots on her. Carrier already came our way, and here's the Citadel. 20,000 K in one salvo. I think that this is one very unhappy Seattle. So I'm waiting for opportunity to finish her, especially that removing the radar cruiser will make life much easier for our destroyer. So shots fired. And next Citadel, and I pick up a kill. That's the first blood. One more. I actually took Deadeye on this captain build that I have on my Massachusetts. That's the same that I use on my Georgia, mostly because when the Deadeye will be removed, there will be a free reset of the captain, so I didn't have points but use it free the allied captain points to go up and be able to spec the die. So now I have a 21 point captain here on the Massachusetts, and I will have a ability to change spec on this captain after the patch 10.4 hits the game. And as I'm retraining this captain for my Montana, so that's most probably the new build will not be a secondary build, but as now I enjoy the full secondary range, and I'm already making life of this Gneisenau miserable with some secondary hits. So our Buffalo actually went very close to the cap to support our destroyer. That was very nice, but unfortunately our Kitakaze seems to develop some kind of allergy for capture points or something, because she is farther away from the capture point that either Buffalo and me are. So Yugumo got radared by Buffalo, so I hope to be able to pick up a kill on Yugumo. Unfortunately she avoided my salvo, and on this distance my secondaries are not so accurate on the destroyer. So looks like this Yugumo will actually be able to go out of this. Meanwhile Gneisenau went into the cap, but that was not a best decision. She will go down to me or to Caracciolo or to Buffalo or to Kitakaze, but basically it's ended. Okay, so Caracciolo picked up a kill, and now in front of us there is a Yugumo, Shores and Caracciolo, plus we are enjoying the attention of enemy carrier. Meanwhile you can see what our carrier is doing on the one line. HE is parked in the perfect spot to get killed by the enemy team. So that's not a best choice for this carrier, but at the moment we have an advantage, 3 kills to 2 kills, and that's a 26,000 salvo on this Caracciolo with a Citadel. I think that's a very unhappy Caracciolo. I think that yes, my RNG was blessed on Massachusetts on this game. Yes, to show me how good she can be, and actually that maybe it's not all decided that the Odin is best tier 8 battleship. So my secondaries are working on this Caracciolo and even have some hits, and I've set myself as Shores. So salvo goes on Shores because, and Massachusetts picked a kill on Caracciolo. Oh, and I picked two citadels on this Shores, removing in one go from 4 health to 760 HP. So that's one very unhappy Shores. And here's the kills. And actually I got devastating strike, but I'm not sure how it works out. I mean that probably maybe because my first salvo took most at one go, most of their health, so because I picked up a kill I got a devastating strike because of all this. So this good salvo. And the Yugumo is trying to torp me. I had it all the time in mind that the Yugumo is there, so I'm not sailing in straight line. And you can see our Lexington is sitting there, and we actually managed to lose the western side, so our Odin is running, and we have equal on kills with the enemy team, and we are about to lose our carrier because the Izumo and Massachusetts will not allow her to stay. And now my problem is the Yugumo that's somewhere behind this island, as I'm unspotted now. Yeah, and this is our CV went down. That was really bad play from this. So the enemy team actually has a lead on points, has a lead on kills. They have a carrier, we don't have one. If we actually had a carrier in this game, I didn't notice. And we are equal on caps, so our situation is not best. And here is Yugumo, so my secondaries immediately go to work, and I had a one hit on Yugumo, and she actually managed to take down our Kitakaze, but our shores finished Yugumo. So now we are 4 versus 5. They have carrier, they have 2 cruisers, and they have 2 battleships. Meanwhile, we are 3 battleships and a cruiser, but our Odin is separated from us, retreating from the western flank and trying to run towards that. Oh, I'm saying that our only chance now is to pick up the capture points. I had a high explosive loaded for the Yugumo still, so that's what I've shot on this Hipper. Shores is wanting me to retreat, but the only chance for us to win is to get this capture point. And the enemy team will win in 9 minutes, we will win in almost 10 minutes, so we need to balance out this. So the shores, that's the CV will reset me if I will try to capture the objective, but actually that's okay. It's just when I will enter this objective, we'll have 2 capture points working for us, while they will have only 1. So even if the CV will get any resets of me, there is gain from me going into this capture point. So I can see that the Caracciolo and Shores decided to follow me and go, and here is cruiser Admiral Keeper trying to defend this cap from me, and this time RNG was not so good for me. I get mostly over penetrations. Keeper managed to set me on fire, but so far that's only 1 fire. So I use my heal to balance out the damage from fire. I don't want to use my damage control because the Hipper can send me on fire immediately again. Okay, and here are 3 fires, so 3 fires are a reason to use damage control. And I had a little pink spike at this moment, but luckily I didn't disconnect from the game, as I'm trying to stay within this cap. And now this hipper is as good as being down. I hope my secondaries will pick up a kill, but they somehow don't want to hit now, so I'm sending one more salvo, and of course at this moment my secondaries decided to hit, so that's my 4th kill and close quarters expert. Meanwhile, enemy team managed to deal with Odin, and they are still in advantage 4-3, and they have aircraft carrier, and they enter the capture point C. However, soon I should be able to get a capture point B, and I hope that we will be getting into lead. The Izumo is spotted, so I'm sending shots on the Izumo, and we have all of their ships here. Izumo, Massachusetts and St. Louis. I managed to hit an Izumo, reset the capture progress a bit, so that's a good thing. And here is the Massachusetts. So our shores is kiting away, and that's actually a good choice. Enemy carrier decided to focus on Caracciolo. I don't have a problem with that. I use my last heal, and I know that we need kills, despite now being quite close to on points. With only 2 minutes 40 seconds to end of the battle, we need kills. So Massachusetts go down to our Caracciolo, and this puts us in lead. The shores is sailing away, and that's actually a good choice to sail away from this Izumo, because this shores is light cruiser and she really doesn't like being shot at by battleships. And here is Izumo, so I open fire on her, get 1 over penetration and 1 torpedo protection hit, so that's not best for me. My secondary is working, and I'm trying to close the distance with this Izumo to take her down, and I hope that she will move away forward, so also Caracciolo will have a good shots at her broadside. But also enemy St. Louis is shooting at me, and our shores made a wise decision to enter the capture point Alpha, so I'm trying to shoot Izumo on their main battery guns. Here is the fire that I got from secondaries. Unfortunately, my health went down a lot, and I have a fire, and as Izumo pick up a kill on me, I get a Confederate award for my damage on Izumo, and Izumo goes down to my fire, so that's a Kraken unleashed. And it's just a flesh wound for me. So with the 30 seconds to the end of the match, we have a good points lead, and we have equal kills, and there is nothing that enemy team can do. So I'm announcing that this replay goes to YouTube, and here it comes. And that was a quite enjoyable battle for me, and I'm sure Massachusetts showed that she can hold her grounds in tier 9 battle. So let's look at results. 163,000 damage done, 5 kills, 5 citadels, 4 fires, 1 solo capture, 2 decaps, 168 secondary hits, 17 planes down, some incapacitations, 2 ships spotted, and a nice gallery of achievement: Confederate, Devastating Strike, Close Quarter Expert, Kraken Unleash, It's Just a Flesh Wound, and First Blood. And result wise, I am first in my team with a very good base XP of over almost 2900. That's actually, I think, best base XP on my I had on this account. On my North American account, I have my record base XP just over 3000 base XP, and I was first in the team with over 1000 base XP over the other team. So you can see damage: the Caracciolo, most of the health; Shores, all the health; Seattle, most of the health; Hipper, most of the health; Izumo, quite nice chunk of her health, plus some damage on Gneisenau and some other ships. As to my secondary battery, as you can see, I have 168 hits out of 1000 shots fired, so the accuracy of secondary battery without this manual skill is not very good, and actually the manual skill is not making much better as well. So the secondaries are much weaker than they were before, but still they can be useful, especially that the secondaries set a fire on this Izumo, and the fire was what actually took Izumo down and secured the Kraken for me. So I hope you enjoyed watching this battle. I surely enjoyed playing it, and if you liked it, please like. If you didn't like it, dislike. Please subscribe to my channel, and I see you next time. Goodbye.